So what do we love about Mr. Bigglesworth? Well, any boat named after a shaved pussy is good by us.
I'm Reese, Westerberg Marine. Checked over to Yamba from Albany in south of WA, and here with Lukey's 7.2 Wildcat on the Yamba River. So this is our 7.2 Wildcat, 2.5 metre beam. We've had our Wildcat out for a few years now. We got it redesigned and we lifted the deck up a bit, deeper tunnels and a bit sleeker looking cab, a few mods to make it a bit more modern, and the result's been really promising. This is the first 7.2 one. We've done a couple of 8 metres and it's rolling on really well. Yeah, so young Jake and I, we drove to Perth, flew over here, flew to the Gold Coast, drove down here to have a look at the boat, have a look around and go for a fish with Luke and Will. Got a few little snapper and a few flathead. Yeah, it's good fun. Got a good size, got a couple of king earpools, you got a good size one, yeah. That was nice. Yeah, we went down fairway southeast of here and it was reasonably flat, but it was good. Yeah, had 4 or 5 of us on here and had a good run. Well, everyone loves boats. Everyone loves boats. Everyone loves someone else's boat. I did my apprenticeship with the company. Started as a 16-year-old and took the company over after working there for 10 years. White boats. It's pretty enjoyable. It's a pretty unreal place to work. It's pretty rewarding. It's good. Well, we had a pretty good day out today and some pretty nice conditions, but I think it goes really well. Yeah, it's the bows are nice and sharp and nice and deep, and it cuts through the water really well, and plenty of horsepower on the back, so yeah, it goes really well, I think. Yeah, so we've got obviously 250 litres of fuel aside on this with the twin 200 Suzuki's, 4-cylinder Suzuki's, which pairs really well with the weight. I think it obviously gets up and punches pretty hard, and you get the fuel economy on these things, is obviously we saw today, is pretty unreal, and it's under 3.5 tonne towing, so it's really good on the highway, really good on the water. It's a sort of a perfect little all-round size for the average car, I guess, without going crazy. The way this one's set up sort of suits your pretty rugged sort of fishermen, offshore fishermen. Again, eskies dragging around and gaffs and sinkers flying everywhere, but we can also do this boat, you know, with an EVA deck and painted and polished and all sorts, so sort of the same hull can be fitted out in a heap of different ways to a heap of different and suit a lot of different people, I think. Yeah, so they're pretty labour intensive, the cats. We've obviously, compared to a conventional mono hull, we've probably got, you know, more than twice the amount of welding in the shed, so something like this, the fabrication hours is probably a bit over 800. The advantage of going an unpainted boat is you get, you know, you see what you get. Nothing's hidden, you know. You might get a dent here and there, but you can't hide it. But the advantage of that is nothing's hidden, everything's seen. The workmanship's there, all the welding's visible. A lot more hours in building an unpainted boat, unfinished, to get it like this. But you know, I think the boys in the shed appreciate it more because everyone sees the workmanship and see the time that goes into it. So we spent about 800 hours in the that's the fabrication side alone on this one. Yeah, and then the fit outs on top of that. So the config on this one is we've got probably a couple of reasonably decent sized seat boxes here with flip back seats on it with a bit of storage and a fridge underneath. But the main brief on this for Luke was big deck space, because he's obviously, you know, pretty bare bones fisherman, and we had the 5 of us on there today out. We didn't have that many hookups to be tangling around with, but we still had plenty of room to scoot around and have a bit of fun. We've got our kill tanks here, a couple 100 litres each. They're self-draining out the back, obviously, so fresh water comes in when you pull up. We've got a drain around the edge that catches any sort of dirty water off the deck. It goes out the back rather than into your clean fish when they're clean. Clear flat marlin board out the back to the ladder, so it's actually a really good spot to go out there and fish, which we had one of the guys out here today. Like I said before, the Suzuki's on the back. We've got a pull out shower in here, pull out freshwater shower, deck wash down there, and then the side door, which we use for pulling the fish through today, which is really, really good. So it's just a pretty simple, bare bones slide in job, but it's really good. Even when we're in the marina, like getting in and out on the floating jetty, it's perfect sort of height for that. So on the version 1 of the Wildcat, we had a step up there and a raised marlin board, but we decided to lower that down, and it just gives you so much more deck room without actually changing anything, the dimensions. It just makes it feel so much bigger. You can slide things in and out there, and obviously, like we said, we sort of fished out there today, and it gives, you know, you can fit people, a lot of blokes put their eskies out there too, out of the way when they're fishing. So And yeah, it's really good access. So we have there's a step that goes up off the trailer into that as well, which works really well for getting things in and out. Good for diving, nice and low platform for getting in and out of the water as well. So with all our builds, when we're doing the bare alley design, the reason is to get away from maintenance, away from paint, chipping and scratching. So even little things like even our sliding door is all nylon, no hinges, no latches. Our hinges are all welded alley hinges, greasable pins, and all our models have got, you know, your toes go under, you can fish to the side, even the bait board's the same. We can get right in there. It's just, they're sort of designed to make it easy for the fishermen and easy to get around and use these things without kicking your toes and making it nice and comfortable. So the way Luke's designed this one is we've got open drawers here. So it's, as you can see, there's a bit of rubbish in there and knives and pliers and things like that, but it's also really good for throwing in tackle drawers, tackle trays, and you can take them out at the end of the day and just blow it out with a hose. Like easy maintenance, and also there's plenty of storage in there for putting tackle boxes and trays as well for long-term storage. Like we said before, there's 250 litres aside in this one. The fuel tanks are all in soft patches, which are all glued down. Easy access if you ever need to do any work on the boat, access the tanks. Obviously, another advantage of having a raw unpainted boat is you can do work on it. You can add things to it, and if you've got to do any modifications to the hull, we can pull the tanks out and do it. It's a nice, quick, easy job. So the seats that Luke chose in this one are the Easterners with it. They've got the ability to sit in them. Obviously, you can flip them up and stand in front of them, or they flip back as well. So we can flip that back, and with his cushion here, you can actually sit, and it's a really good, comfy spot to sit and either fish or just have a beer. And I can even show you how to sit in there, which is a really comfy spot. Thank you very much. So this one's built for a 60 litre angle, which slides in there. It also happens to fit a Pelican case full of cameras, which is really handy. There's 12 volt supply in there as well. And this side's got just a flip up seat in it, which is full of storage, full of fenders, life jackets and sashimi plates at the moment. So with the dash layout, the dash with the door on the side, it allows us a really big area for sounders, and this one's got the single 12-inch in it. But there's a lot of room. We could quite easily fit, you know, for an 1150s and you know, 16-inch screens. The dash has got quite a low area for a couple of drink holders, and it's a really ergonomic, good spot to, especially leaning against these Easterner seats, to drive from. The vision of the cab's really good because the dash is quite low, so I think it all works really well. I guess, like we're talking about today, the advantage of the Cats is the deck space you get, the square deck space, and even the cabin in the front, because it goes square to the front, you get so much room, and there's obviously all our rods in there from today, all the gear, and there's a toilet down the bottom, footwell toilet, and full width beds in there, so you can sleep a couple in there quite comfortably in a 7 metre boat, which is pretty cool. The reason we decided to do a Cat, because I mean, demand really. We had a few clients that wanted them. Couldn't find what they exactly wanted, and we custom build anything. We can get anything designed up, and we sort of put a Cat together and started promoting it, and it's taken off and gone really well. And you know, it's a good product that we're proud of, so we're happy to share it around. The beauty of dealing with us is you get it customised from start to finish. We don't have an off-the-shelf product, so you can tweak and customise anything you want. The quality in our product is all under the deck. It's all the stuff you can't see. It's all the framing and the extra stuff and the time that gets put in. And like we were saying before, there's over 800 custom hours with, you know, skilled tradesmen in a boat like this. So it's something you have, you know, you have this for 30 years, and the boat and the trailer package is something you'll have for life. So trailers, yeah, so we do a lot of trailers as well. We do a lot of obviously all our new boats have got trailers on them. We do trailers for existing boats as well. All our trailers are custom made to the hull, so there's no adjustment, because we use rubber torsion axles, full skid, no rollers. The only thing that moves is the bearings and the rubber torsion pivots. So again, not the cheapest trailer around, but it's a trailer you'll have with your boat for the rest of their life. It doesn't, there's no moving parts, no maintenance other than just giving it a wash. So we use the rubber torsion axles from Transtyle down in Melbourne. Do a great product. We use all the stainless rotors, hubs, bearings, calipers, the whole lot stainless. So they're a really good product. Like I said, maintenance free. Squirt them out and keep them greased up. So they tow beautifully, yeah, because there's no flex and no movement. So we use a big heavy I-beam, 220mm I-beam under this one. It's just a rigid trailer, so there's no flex, no movement. Tows really well. Probably testament the trailers. Luke came over, and I think it's a 4,500k trip back over the Nullarbor, and he did it in about 3 days with his young fella, and they had a hell of a time. But yeah, he said it towed like a dream all the way, and no worries at all. I mean, I think one of the best things for me is having this as a touring boat, and I've got one very similar, all unpainted like this, is when you go away, you fill it full of gear, you're not worried about scratching it. You throw your kids' bikes in, they can rattle around, there's room to sleep if you pull over. Yeah, and like I said, the best thing about it is actually just stacking it full of gear and not worried about scratching your paint or ripping your deck or anything like that. Yeah, so Luke's got a 79 series dual cab for his work car and he tows this comfortably. They towed it obviously back from Albany, slept in the front, all their gear on the back, they did their cooking in here and everything, so yeah, it was perfect little rugged tourer, this one. We used to do a opening window in the front because it's so far away you can't actually open it, so we ditched on this one, but it seems to work quite well still. And with the Cat as well, obviously here we are pulled up on the beach, we've nosed it up on the sand, nice and stable, perfect for touring around, especially northern Kimberleys where the tides go out, things like that. So, I mean, there's lots of benefits to Cats, but I think it's probably one of the better ones is their ability to rest on the ground when there's no water and nose up on the beach like this. I guess the other benefits to Cats as well is the stability. We fished 5 comfortably today, all on one side, one at the back obviously. And yeah, it's just the safety, I think, just the coming across that chop this afternoon on the way home was pretty awesome at sort of 30 plus knots. Yeah, and felt safe, felt comfortable the whole time.
So what do we love about Mr. Bigglesworth? Well, any boat named after a shaved pussy is good by us. And as the name implies, Mr. Bigglesworth is way softer than it should be. Cats and tinnies aren't known for their ride in a head sea, but the WILDCAT 7.2 is a hot knife through butter. The fine entry and relatively small tunnel, I reckon it does great things for this ride, particularly around 20 knots. The WILDCAT, it's amazingly balanced, very responsive to trim. It's a real credit to the naval architect. We do love a commercial grade. You can see it in the welds, you can feel it underfloor, there's no vibrations and there's definitely no shuddering. Another thing I love about the Westerberg WILDCAT, it is way more functional than our Shark Cat. It has a bed, it has a door, it has a ladder, and it has a roof. It's one level from the rear to the helm with no trip hazards, and it's perfect for moving around eskies and fighting fish. Now, I think the term perfect for touring is incredibly overused, particularly on the Captain and particularly with Jack, but this one is a real contender for touring boat of the year. It's under 3.5 tonne dry. It uses 1 litre of fuel per kilometre and there's so much room to roll out a swag. This could be an epic boat for long range trips to the reef, island hopping, up and down the coast, you name it. So how smart is this tackle or draw space? Rather than having a dedicated drawer full of rusty hooks and pliers, the owner just drops in the drawer or tray that he needs on that day. Now, there are a few things that I would change. This brow here smashes my forehead every time I'm at the helm. I think a gunnel strip, similar to the Shark Cat, or dare I say some artwork, might help break up that space. On that note, you can see the subtle bends in the sheets, not dissimilar to most commercial boats. It's a little rugged in some parts and some people are going to be put off by that, but it certainly doesn't impact the strength and performance, and it's just what this owner wanted. The front deck is obviously a compromise between being a deck and a roof for the cabin. Now personally, I think that's one of the best spots to fish from, sneaking up to schools or casting to bommies. With some tweaking, I think it could be a dominant fishing platform. At the moment, there's just a few too many angles to make it comfortable to fish from. Finally, give me some trim adjustment on each throttle. Driving a Cat hard, you really want to be able to sort of tap that trim and get the optimum ride. At the moment, there's a couple of trim switches on the dash and that's not ideal. Overall, we absolutely love the Westerberg 7.2 WILDCAT. It could be a dominant long-range fishing boat, a touring boat. I think it'd be an amazing abalone or little trailerable commercial boat. And we love Reese. He's an absolute legend. He's just kicked 2 goals for, won a premiership for the Magoos. He'll tell you all about it. Reese, we salute you.